Right, hello, hello. Whoops. Yep, up, buddy. There we go. Update those titles. I knew I forgot something. I was like, huh. No, no one kidnapped me. I just had to make sure that Kip was in a place that he wasn't gonna destroy something. you know, my life revolves around what is Kip going to do in the next, 15 minutes. So yeah, yeah. This hat, you wear it. You can wear it. You wear this hat. All right, so CPI came in much as expected. We expected the 6.2 to be a little bit low, came in at 6.4, a little bit high. It's interesting listening to all the, that seem to be like, this is what everybody expected. Yeah, see, it's coming down. They're celebrating the down, but like, I don't know. Instead of doing a year over year number, right? Do a year, a year over 2 years, right? And then kind of give us what that number is. So it's not, yes, it is slowing, I guess, but also accelerating at the same time. Again, zero point 0.5 means it's going back up versus the minus zero point 0.1. So yeah, I love how they slice and dice it to, meet whatever they're trying to, trying to portray, right? The pound news came out and it was kind of mixed, right? The claimant count was, way down. They made some adjustments. The average earnings also looking good. Average earning index over 3 months, the 5.9 versus over the 6.5. So not quite as high, but at the same time, it was higher than there was the adjustment before. So pretty good stuff. I mean, right now markets look like they're pretty flat across the board. Um, Supposedly there will be a bunch of headlines today, a bunch of comments from the Fed, and they expect the Fed to be somewhat united on it. But overall, I mean, the reality is that what they're probably going to say is we haven't done enough yet. Yeah, see, it's about what we anticipated, which I agree. I mean, like I said, I didn't anticipate the 6.2. I assumed it was going to be 6.4, 6.5. So that's dead on. So again, it looks like Barker and I are on the same page with things. But hearing comments about how they need to do a little bit more, I think are going to send the market be like, oh, my, how much more? You know, and it's interesting, seeing that we've seen the credit card numbers and the spending and the market's like, yeah, we're just going to keep blowing it off. Eventually, I think we're going to get to a point where it is too much, and it's nice to say that we're never there. There could be a crash, but I'm really starting to wonder now. We're seeing it still continue to rise. What they've done, we've spent like the last couple of meetings doing nothing but raising, basically for the last year, right? And yet we're still seeing numbers that are they're not 2%, they're still going a little higher. So yeah, and like I said, if this number is still going up over the last, it's like, hey, listen, you wanted to slow down and now we're increasing. I mean, we're going up point. I mean, what has to be done, right? So I don't know. I mean, is there? I mean, not that I'm wishing for a crash, um, but yeah, yeah. I just feel like I feel like there's more, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. So we'll see some headlines today that will obviously change things around a little bit. All right, sorry, I was looking at something. Trying to figure. He has the hiccups, so I'm kind of like, is he joking or is it the hiccups? It's just the hiccups. um, 'cause why not make it more exciting, right? Yeah. Um, so um, again, headlines today is what we're really looking for the most part. Low speaking tonight, so again, we should see some more. You know, we should get some more out of low, right, tonight. And then tomorrow morning, we have CPI for the pound. Again, still holding above 10. 10.3 is better than 10.5 if there's any miss in that one. Again, we got news here that they're going to raise it 25 basis points and then they're going to hold. They're going to pause. And again, I don't think a lot of people expected them to continue to raise. I think a lot of people assumed that was it. What was that? He's like banging something in the hallway. I was like, oh, that was louder than expected. So we'll see. I think that'll be a good one for the UK. Again, I almost feel like it's going to come in at like a 10-4. Because again, we're seeing in the last month, we've seen it raise a lot of places. If the UK follows suit and that's higher than expected, I mean, again, they did just tell us 25, and then we're going to pause. So, we'll see. Retail sales, absolutely an important number tomorrow because again, people are spending, and that's why things are doing well. Empire State Manufacturing again was a huge negative last time. Expected to be pretty negative this time, honest too. And again, Here's where we run into a problem. So both core retail sales as well as the retail sales number themselves are both expected to be positive off of big negatives last time. Problem is it's expected to be positive. So if it does come in positive, that's kind of what the market expects. No harm, no foul there, right? Um, but but what happens if they may be positive but come in at, what if the core comes in at 0.5 and the overall comes in at 1.5? Not as good as expected, meaning that we're not spending as much. I just heard this morning now Ford is laying people off as well. Um, some interesting comments from the Ford CEO. So again, retail sales is a big one. Again, the spenders kind of help push us through this piece right now, but a lot of companies are kind of preparing for the worst. And again, if we see retail sales also faltering again, that could lead us down to a pretty negative day tomorrow. And then again, tomorrow night, unemployment change. We'll talk from now till then. All right. So there's the next 24 hours. So the VIX, obviously not knowing what was going to happen, and then all of a sudden, shit just started. And then obviously that data coming out. Once the data is out, that releases a lot of this, right? That helps again, kind of move. Um, sorry, that helps kind of remove a lot of the uncertainty with it, right? So the uncertainty's out. We know the data right now wasn't anything earth shattering. But now we're seeing it kind of tick up a little bit because people are looking at this and realizing that they're going to continue to raise interest rates. You're seeing the dollar, not too much. I mean, again, it did this kind of whipsaw back and forth and then started to kind of push up again. Now, again, we talked about kind of potential areas and look, nice little gap through there. It kind of cleared back down to, where we saw buyers before. Overall, I mean, again, it's not that much different than what we expected. I don't think that this changes the Fed's trajectory really at all. I mean, the comments are there. The question is, does it change what the market believes the Fed is going to do? Right? I don't think this changes anything for the Fed. But will the market be like, wow, they are going to continue to raise it, right? Um, I think that's the big question, right? Is are they gonna, what does that really look like, right? What is the Fed gonna do? Is this the end? Is it not the end? What? Yeah, I think. Ow, Kip, what are you doing, buddy? I think that's the big un, unanswered piece out there. And again, does somebody make a comment today that is inflammatory that continues to send us higher? So again, not I expected this. Overall, the reality is, yeah, they're going to continue. They're not going to slow it down. It should push higher up. And again, the indices overall should be, for the most part, kind of red today because, again, I don't believe the market truly believes that they're going to. I feel like the market's like, oh, they're going to pause, right? They're not going to do anything. Yeah, but no, right? They're going to continue to raise. So all the industries are in the red. Commodities, for the most part, in the red, minus natural gas. Now, I'm not liking this. I don't know what the heck is going on with this natural gas thing here. Right? We had a nice pop up and a nice crash back down again. We were looking for targets down here at 236. I was really into that one, and then bam, it reversed back up again. It's like, man, gold and silver obviously down. Again, we talked about getting short both of those before the news, and they're both down pretty big right now. As far as currencies go, obviously there's going to be a heck of a lot of whips right now. You saw this. Saw that number come in and immediately shoot back up for weakness, and then bam, just got hammered to the downside, as it should have, right? So yesterday morning, we were kind of sitting up at this level, and we talked about how this was a pretty decent level, and it started the base in this level. So this is one of those trades where we were looking for that dollar strength to come back in again, and it didn't yesterday. It kind of just went up there and then kind of flatlined on us. It just kind of went sideways. So if you got into this trade, probably an 8 pip loss, right? Again, it entered it kind of left, and then when it started to kind of rally higher, again on a number one entry, you got stopped on this one. If you waited for kind of waiting for that confirmation type trade, right? There's a red there, there's a green. The red didn't close below, so that didn't qualify. This one right here, it didn't really qualify either. And then a red, green, and a red close right here, that did qualify. So if you entered there, you probably got stopped out of break even. So again, was not successful. It did push all the way down now, but we were looking for really a bit of a reversal yesterday, and it never came. It just never came in there. So it was unfortunate. Time, everything was there that we liked. Just again, the looming news was just way too much. So, right now, here we can take this one off. We'll leave that for right there right now. Looking high to low on this one, you can see that, the range, it came back down and used the 78. This is what it used. It used this level right here, is what it used, right? The front of that. Um, right now, I like this bearish. Is there going to be a turn point in here? Let me see. These are one of those ones that gets even harder because there's obviously with that blowing through, there's nothing there. Yeah, it's using the 23. Hmm. Hmm. Wish this hiccup was down here. Hmm. So, how much room we got on that one? 23. I would say so. Obviously, the difficult part about this one is you can see the green wick, right? It opened here, it went all the way down here, it went all the way up here, and then closed right here, right? Again, just whipping everybody out of this trade, right? Because it came as expected, and weird candle, right? I say weird because again, the visual representation of it is a very strange candle. It's very hard to trade off of. Like, what do you get from that, right? There's really a lot of indecision. Was that good or was it bad? And then they whipped you. This one was as a 92 pip whip. The daily ATR is only 87. So just the indecision whipping back and forth. I mean, this is not even whip sol. This is just whip, right? One candle, more than a daily ATR, but really didn't. I mean, the start to finish of this candle was 8 pips, right? So nothing really big. And then it collapsed. So right now, I would say there's probably a bit of a reversal coming back. You can see we are past the 23.6 as we kind of should be because again, um, you know, the dollar move has already happened. I would say there's a potential reversal coming in probably up here. The 69.76. Um, the only reason I would say that there's a potential up there is because once this whips back, I mean, everybody right now is trying to get short a pair like this, strong dollar, which is the right thing to do. But as it comes back, they'll get stopped out and they need some help. And the 50% retracement from this last high to low is where people come in. Now, there is no supply zone there. So again, this is not really a supply and demand based trade. This is more of a fib trying to kind of intraday, people trying to find levels. And again, you can see the 23 didn't hold at all. It's blowing right through that one, but people will probably step in around the 50 and 61. Now, the 51 is kind of somewhat closer to where the last time that we did see some selling occur, right? Kind of this like violated zone right here is kind of where it is. I would say that whether the 69.76 or up here at the 69.88, um, both those two are close, right? Both those two are close. For wherever reversal comes. Now, if it reverses in here, it's just messing with people today because there's no real reason why it should slow down. I guess there was this little zone right here, but ideally, I don't know that shouldn't be enough. But I mean, I guess in reality, it could. Um, you know, that put it this way, that's a crappy level to turn on. Can it? Sure. It showed that there was an impulse and a correction move, and then another impulse out of it again. That's a crappy zone, but that doesn't mean that the market won't look at that crappy zone and be like, "Yeah, we're turning right off of that." But ideally, on this one, I would wait for it to pull back up again into one of these two levels, the 50 to 61.8. Use those fib traders. You might as well. They're there. You might as well use them. But right now, there's no supply on this one. ASEAN. So ASEAN, there was, again, what we talked about yesterday. We closed out late last night, 8 o'clock. Um, yeah, so there's your Harry Potter trade. We were sitting here yesterday. Yeah, right here at 11 o'clock, and we said, hey, listen, this was a decent zone. If it breaks it, go for it. There's your Harry Potter, up, back, and down. So that one is officially out. It went from there to there. Right. That was a small one, 33 pips. So nothing earth shattering. And again, we can't take that one again. You can see the whip back and forth. Now, the problem with this one is kind of the same thing. We whipped up and down. This one had a whip of 65. And again, about half of a daily ATR and went straight up, parabolic retracement right back down again, and is going higher as it kind of should. Again, this one will have a lot of yen play in it. Hard part about this one is we're kind of consolidating top and bottom. Overall, we know we don't really have a lot till up here. And again, this is a large. How big is that? it's only 13. I guess it's kind of more like that. Whoops, not what I want to do. I want to take this guy and bring this guy across. Right there. You can see how close it was. It's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Pull that across. Not a bad spot. If that turns and rolls, look at this. We do have a zone sitting right here where it's base right below and then kind of accelerated, right, at the European Open. If this is the top, there is a potential position right there. Again, based off the European Open. So, yeah, I would say look for 92.66. Again, we're extremely high on the curve. The Harry Potter went through. Again, we're not using the Harry Potter a second time. And you can see it kind of base it pulled back and then got chopped through. It did break through the top over here, which is a little bit confirmed. And now we're looking for another level that, again, it's been there before. You know, there's 1, 2, 3 touches. What, Kip? Come here, Bubbuds. Come here. I would say that 92.66 is the area you're looking for. Hold on one sec, guys. He's making noise in the other room. He should be fine in there, but let me grab him real quick. One sec. All right. He's totally fine. Yeah. He was upset. He was like I said, he's tiny. He's a little guy, right? Like percentage wise, like for his age, he's tiny. Um, there was something just out of his reach. So normally we have there's like a I don't know. It's like this. It's like a kid's like foam mattress pad like thing they can fold into like not fold, but there's like different shapes that they can build stuff with. Normally it's in there. Jin moved it to the other room, so something that his water bottle was where he could normally grab it, he couldn't get it. So he was mad that he couldn't get his water bottle because the foam thing wasn't there. So I just making sure he was like, oh god. So anyway, 92.66. Look for a roll there again, where you can see the buyer stepping in again. Again, it's sitting right around the 23.6, so I think that'll be a decent level in there. Yeah, so hopefully you guys grab the 33 on that one. After that, there is probably a bit of a Harry Potter trade in here as well. A lot of basing in here. It's probably coming off this level. So again, what I would say is when it comes back down to this 50, make sure that this is a target first, not you're not just saying, I'm waiting. There's probably a short in here. Again, I don't think it runs all the way down. That's probably a bit too far. Yeah, you're talking about 117. That's over an ATR. So again, there is definitely a trade set up as a break in here. I'd like to see what it looks like as it gets a little bit closer. So I don't want to draw it yet. Just because of this pick back right here, you're having all this spacing. So it should be, it should be there. There will be another short trade in here if you're not grabbing the top. You're a dollar. So how about that? Look, we missed the top just by a little bit. Man, that makes me mad. Yeah, we had it drawn right too. Yeah, it makes me mad. Look at that. Look at that whip out the top. Yeah, I mean, again, the same thing. This looks like all of them. And again, this is an 85 pip whip back and forth. Look at this candle. 85 pip whip back and forth, and the open and close was 4 pips. 4 pips. Now, if you're grabbing this one short from the top, you're good to go. Again, with this pushing higher, I mean, the European session, we talked about it yesterday. The best way to play all these was look to see what the Europeans did. The Europeans sent it straight up in the air. They moved it up about 30-something pips, and then we just held. So for the most part, we were looking to short. Now, the question is, would you have gotten stopped on something crazy like this? Now, again, this is one of those things, if you don't have a stop loss on, it can be really, really bad, but it can also take you out of a trade. Again, what did I just say? 90? Was it 90? How many pips? Yeah. 87 pips. So basically an ATR. It's got a daily ATR of 90. 90 pips it moved in that candle, but it opened and closed in a 30-minute window, 4 pips from itself, right? The open and close were 4 pips apart. So again, if you had an options-based product, you were good. You should have been looking to take a short on this one anyway. It did move down to where it should have moved. Again, this was another one yesterday. Again, you may have gotten stopped out. We were looking for a reversal. It was there for everything across the board. Again, this one ended up hitting and ended up pushing out the top. So again, great learning lesson. And again, do losses happen? Absolutely. right? Absolutely, and I'm totally cool with that. Letting you guys know, losses happen, guys. If you don't believe me, hey, that's trading. But taking a 9 pip loss or an 8 pip loss when we're looking at some of our bigger gains, that's that's what trading is. So again, this one never even pulled back. And again, we just got 33 on that last Harry Potter. Reality is, again, this is 11 o'clock. We were looking for a reversal, never got it. So you lost -8. Meanwhile, here you made +33. So you're up, what, 34? I'm sorry, 24. And then you would have lost another 9 here. So you're still positive, right, on all those reversals. So again, this is what trading is. You're still green at the end of the day. So again, good short in here if you're able to grab it. I was able to catch the retrace in the dollar for 70 pips this morning. Yeah, I mean, again, it jumped so much. We knew this was a big zone up here. So yeah, if you were able to grab that one, that's awesome. Yeah, because once it started to spike up again, you had to be looking for this one to go short. So nice grab. So yeah, so look at if you followed my trades yesterday, you took a couple small losses and you're still up +60. So yeah, that's how it works. Euro pound. All right, so euro pound. Here's that euro pound data. We talked about getting short euro pound, especially in the overnight. And I said, hey, listen, with the European news, again, the Asian session open to the European session, it doesn't work. It's not as telling as again, the other thing around. But let's mark this off so everybody can see it. So you can be like, oh, I guess he told us so. All right, there's 8:30. All right. And let's see. It would be basically like there. All right. So Asian session, what happened? Price moved up. News came out. Shot it straight down. News came out. Shot it straight back up. Right? So, yeah. Right? Yep. The 230 time frame. And then there's your 830 right there. So, there you go. So this is why the new session matters so much, because there's big money rolling back into the markets. And again, we do this yesterday. I mean, this is nothing. We talked about 8807. Look to see when it hit, how it hit. And again, we talked about if we could be down there for news, that would be a great little trade setup. And there you go. Right there. There's your run off of it. You're up 30-something pips. Right there. And your 1 to 3 is sitting right there. So it went past. So again, I guess it's only 7 on the bottom. So 22. So you're up 43, right? 43 based off of what our message yesterday. And again, we talked about, again, see where we are. This was an easy short as well. So, yeah. Right. So, right now, I would say let's take these all off. Let's clean this up a little bit right now. Let's pull this and this and this and this and this. Again, 1, 2, 3. Didn't need this one. We mentioned that yesterday. And you can see, right? Even if this was the original zone, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. It should absolutely break, and it did. It based through and kind of gave us a little bit of a continuation. Dropped down, 1 candle, came back up, and then pushed lower. So, again, did what it was supposed to do. Let's take this, run this all the way down. There we go. Perfect. 23.6 is sitting right there. There's a zone. Looks rather large. Again, the sizing on this one is different. It's only 8 pips on that one. And it's a shame we just kind of missed the entry on that one right there. That's what it kind of looks like. Now, again, 23.6ers are not in that one, obviously, but a little bit of a base there. So I'd say that's not a bad one, right? I mean, again, it's already pulling back, which sucks. This one may have already left. How far does it need to move? Let's see. It may be too far already. We're at a 2.25 already, which is kind of deep. I don't know. Keep this one there. We'll see. We may be able to do something with it. Maybe for this, right? Maybe for their inflation. Actually, that wouldn't be bad. Let's mark that off. I wouldn't be surprised if that one, right? If we cycle back up, let's put that's 2. See where we are. Pull that there. You're welcome, Vane. Yeah, and like I said, normally I don't have, when I had the girl, or not when I had her. I mean, she still exists, obviously, right? But like when I was doing chart schools with the girl, it was definitely much easier. She would take her play and just go. I'm not necessarily, like I said, I don't. I like the routine of doing it every morning. Like I said, I think it's important for you guys to have something that you guys come to every day. Um, just again, trading routines are extremely important. Now, am I 100% happy with the presentation that we've had the last month or 2 months? No, it's been definitely more difficult with Kip. Um, but at the same time, it'd be easy for me to say, "Hey, listen, guys, you know what? I don't like the quality that I can provide right now because, again, with Kip, he's all over. He's into things. He's knocking it over. He's crying, stuff like that. But at the same time, he's a great example of life happens, right? But the problem is, if you always let life happens, trading becomes very difficult when you allow life to happen. So, ideally for me, it's I have obviously had to pull a lot of like the business back. Like I don't really push classes, and I still have 2 classes that I need to release that it's just hard to finish, right? Um, but at the same time, it's important that you guys understand that just because life happens, you still have to make trading a priority. So it'd be easy for me to say, hey, listen, until Kip goes to daycare or he goes to school, I'm just going to halt chart schools. But at the same time, what kind of like teacher would I be or example if I just let real life kind of bump me out of this versus staying consistent for you guys and giving you guys, a place to go to that you can just talk or look at charts. Again, it's routine for you guys, right? And again, my goal is that you guys all far surpass me because you have more time and you don't have a 15-month-old at home. So again, I love the interactions. I mean, it's definitely fun, right? And again, it's something that I love jumping in every morning. Like I have my things that I do, but again, the things that I do, behind the scenes is different, than what the education is. So I'm trying to stay consistent for you guys. So yeah, there's a euro pound trade in the next 24 hours. So euro yen. All right, so euro yen. So I told you yesterday I don't like the 78 sixes. Here's exactly why I don't like them, and we talked about it. It's reversed at the same time. We'll see if this holds. I don't I want to see some type of a confirmation entry or something like that. Well, here you go. All right. Now, once we had this base, we knew we were going to have some problems in here, right? We knew that this one was going to have a little bit of a difficulty, kind of getting back down again, right? We knew that there was going to be buyers stepping into the market right there. Now, we talk about confirmation entries and, where do we enter? And again, I don't like the 786. You can see it blew right through the 786 with no problem, right? We talk about confirmation entries. There's a red, there's a green, there's a red. It basically was right where that risk level was, right? Actually, I don't know why. Why am I not on? I'm not exactly sure why I wasn't on that. That could have been a kit thing. But anyway, we knew we had, again, the black line is where we typically like to take profit. And the reason why is because we know we have sellers behind the candles. And again, that's where you tend to see profit. Now, this is obviously where the buyers stepped in and it ended up going down. So, you guys are very familiar with what this pattern is, right? When we have a violated zone, it went through with no problem and came back and started the base. And you got to say, this zone got blown up. It did go above. Right? There you go. There's your pattern. A push down, a base, a drive back up again, and you look to go short. And again, whether you took the violated zone or you said, well, wait a second, there's our near-term basing, Brian. I'm going to take that one. Great, take that one. That would have been totally fine as well. Either one would have worked, and you can see that it went all the way through past the profit target on this one. So just another example of how it's important to stay kind of active with these things. Again, didn't like the 786. That's why I had nothing drawn on there in that one. But you can see when it broke and then came back through and started the base, you're like, oh, it's gonna be a Harry Potter. And guess what? It was a Harry Potter trade. It was a drop, a bit of a base, a pullback. You can draw a triangle in that little hole, right? You can draw the triangle in that hole. Nice little short to the downside. And this one was about 45 pips, right? Nice little 45 pip runner. So gotta love it. Now we pushed all the way back up again, and here's our level from yesterday. It is a tested level. I would say right now, overall, this is an area where you would expect to see some. Again, it's a combination of things. It's a reversal. It's a parabolic move. I mean, the jump from the news today was about 80 something pips. That's not 1.5 times its normal kind of move. A daily ATR on this one is 157. So not even. I mean, it's about half, right? It's about half. But it's also in an area where we'd start to see kind of a roll and a push back down again. So kind of the same setup. I would say, my opinion on this one is definitely bearish. Yeah, I see this one coming back down again. I'm curious. Let's see. We can officially take this off because again, not a 78.6. kind of guy. Just don't like them. And again, it doesn't mean they don't work. There you go. Look at that. So again, right there. Right there. So again, kind of in a bit of a short area right now, right? Looking forward to push back down. There is a profit taking potential down there, and it happens to be the 23.6, right, from the most recent low to high. So again, you're gonna have fib traders jumping in there right around that 142, basically 142 flat. Look at that. I guess it's 8 pips off, but look, right? Just the 23.6 just happens to be at the 142, which is a round number, which is great. We also see a pullback, a base, and an explosion based off of news. So all those are good things. So again, hopefully you guys were able to grab again the Harry Potter on the side, right? Again, could be a potential short right now, as well as a nice little reversal. I do like that 142. I'm a big fan of that level. Pound dollar. Look at that craziness. Wah, wah, wah. But again, we drew it yesterday. I don't know why I deleted. I don't know. I mean, there's your 3 o'clock, right? There's your 8:30. What they do? They sent the price up, right? Now we had this marked off. That they used that one just above it, just above it. They did kind of the same thing. So yeah, look at that. But we were looking for a short, no matter what, anyway. So yeah, I'm good with that one right now. I mean, it's not bad. Once that sucker spiked, that was a nice reversal. So we were talking about Harry Potter yesterday, coming through this zone, a break below. The fact that this kind of spiked below it, I think that's great. I would look for the same level right now going forward. Look for a break of 121.28 to kind of take over this piece. I think that's great. Now, this one is preparing for news tomorrow morning for the pound, so there is that involved as well. Hmm, hmm, eh, hmm. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think problem is we are right in the middle. Hmm. So problem with this one is obviously sellers, obviously buyers. We're kind of sitting right in the middle. 77, 70. Ugh. Ugh. There's two things in there. Um, hmm. Hmm. You know, I think this one's going to be a little more challenging. Hmm. Yeah, I would like this one to continue to go higher. I think with the pound news tomorrow, I feel like the pound is again the pound strength coming in. They've basically said they're going to raise, which nobody expected. But at the same time, I think with that data being crappy, that may provide some good opportunity on this one for a short, right? If we have all the strength today and that news comes in tomorrow and it's a little bit, and it's not great, that could be a nice little short trade there. Hmm. Yeah. 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 So we're in the middle right now. I think, again, keep on the radar. A break of 121.28 is decent. If we get back up into the 122.60 range, again, look to start taking that one short. I mean, I'm okay with that. This is the news that we're going to raise one more time. I didn't expect it. I don't think many people expected them to raise one more time. I think that's what we have coming. And the pound, again, raising like it should. Again, you can see 78.6. I'm like, wasn't a big fan. And yeah, you can see sliced through it and kind of gave us a little Harry Potter trade there. Not as clean. Not as clean. So obviously no entry on that one. And all it did was come back down. And there you go. Maybe marked it off. And it came back down and touched it. What, buds? What? What? This is of my 4 kids. This is definitely the whiniest. I was like, I asked him, I was like, I wonder how many times he goes, all day long. day long. All right. So we're up in an area right now. We've broken it. Nah, we're sitting right there. I think this one also has a potential for reversal again with the yen coming back in again. The one thing that would caution on this one is again we have had pound data, and again the pound data then raising again has got to be factored into the market. And as I said, nobody expected that one, so it is kind of strong pound news right now, and it does require some retracement. So I would be a little bit more leery about this reversal. I like the euro yen and Aussie yen reversal more, but it is up an area where sellers have come in the past. So again, this is not a surprising base level or anything like that. What are you doing, Kip? You can touch that, sure. It's a flex. It's a flex spending card, bud. He's like, oh, what's this, Dad? Can I play with this? I'm like, sure. Flex spending. Sorry, I'm trying to like go around him. So I would say again, look for this to continue. I do think it's probably more of a short position going into tomorrow morning. Wait to see what the Asian market does with it. I'm okay with it rising right now. I think that's what it should do. Again, I like the 0.25. I think that makes sense. I was surprised they did a 0.5 last time, but I thought they would have paused by now. So again, I think it's totally fine. But there is a reversal. I'm just not going to use this level. I'm going to wait till it goes up and puts a new top back in, as well as I want to see really what happens here. Right. Again, anything up in here, I think it's a decent short. A dollar CAD. So obviously, dollar CAD craziness. I'm good with this. I like the fact that it turned on there and then hit it again and then opened up and spiked and then crashed back down again. So I love this one. I think this is great. Again, I'm going to put an alert on this one. The fact that we've gone through now, I think, is wonderful. I'll change that to a green and set that as an alert. Right. So love that alert high. And funny enough, look at this right there. Right. This is the one we drawn yesterday. So if with this being pushed back down again, if you grabbed it down here, you did well. From that level, it went up 112 pips. So yeah, right there. Three is only really one of three is right there. Right, 11 for 35. So that was an easy one. Does that sometimes? It's like no, there's where it is. It's like no, one or three right there. And I think that's a good representation of what we should see, right? It's going back lower, so it's fine. Yeah. So, let's see. Do we take another long? Be a little bit cautious with that one. I'd like to see what it does when it comes down here. Ooh, excuse me. I think watch out for that one, the 132.75. I'd like to see a confirmation bounce off this one. I'd like to see it hit in the zone, pull back up again, and give me like a green, red, green. If I can get a green, red, green there, I'd be okay with that. Ow, Kip, stop! You can't do that. Kip, my buds. Oh no, he's like cranking on the. Stop! That hurts Daddy's head. That hurts Daddy's head, buds. Yeah, it hurts Daddy's head. Yeah, you can't do that. Um, Yeah, I like to come all the way down. I think if it comes all the way down, we can get a green, red, green confirmation here. I think that's a decent reversal. It's 11 pip risk, 35 in the other direction. I'm cool with that risk level. Again, not surprising. Oh, we missed a little hair powder there. I didn't see that one, but we got it here. Let's pull that off. Do that. Let's pull that across. Here's where we said the profit target was. Here, let's move. Did we hit it? No, we missed it by just a little bit. How much did we miss it by? There's one. There's two. Oh, we did hit it. Ding, ding, ding. Look at that as far as profit target goes. So, not bad. Obviously, what we're doing is we're playing with the buyers right down here. I think we need to break that. We're kind of in no man's land, smack in the middle of the dollar Swiss. Again, between the two sides. Again, strong selling up top, strong buying there. We knew this was going to be a problem. This was that big parabolic move, all that basing down there. We knew that level was there. And we drew this black line where the profit target should be. And that's kind of what it bounced off of, went right back up. And now we're exactly where we were before news. So, not really any trade setup in this one. again, with those whips back and forth, it did remove a lot of stuff. Let's see, how far are we from both directions? 46 pips and 56 pips. It only has an ATR of 83. So it really kind of needs to equalize towards one of those two levels before we can do much with it. There's no point in forcing this one. And that's really all this would be just somewhat of a force. All right, dollar yen. Again, not surprised the craziness with the dollar yen. We're talking about a Harry Potter breaking above. This is awesome. I love the fact that it spiked, came up, spiked, came back up again, and then immediately turned and rolled back down again. So that is awesome, right? We love that. We can use it on more of a near term. That's fine. We can use it from there. Yeah, so that's great. I'm good with that. I like that. Again, it shows that that area has been truly broken and breached now. So when we come back up, we're looking for a base and a punch through, and that's going to be a break above. We're going to put it there, actually. Let's, oh, I can't adjust that side. We'll bring it over here now. Let's see. We are going to use that level there, right? There we go. So right now, tentatively, looks like 132.91. So, and again, you're seeing the reversal on this one. Again, it's a very, very sloppy reversal, but it's the yen kind of playing back into this one. It's fine. It is what it is. I would see it roll back down, but right now we can't see anything until down here where we're messing with the weekend gap. So I like to see it stabilize itself. I'd like to see if this goes above again 132.96. Wait for it to pull up, base, come back, and then go long, and your target will be up at 133.44. We can put that up there, right? That would be your sell. There you go. That would be your sell target. All right. What do we got? Look at bonds. Back and forth, as expected. Crude oil. Yeah. So we're calling for a break at 78.55. It ended up going down and cranking our profit target. Now, we were waiting for it to kind of yesterday. We were like, all right, come on, roll through, give us a decent base, look for that. I'd love to tell you guys, like, yep, got this one. I told you guys when it broke through 78. No, I was looking for a base and a pullback. I was looking for the conservative entry, and literally we got the spike back and forth, and then all the way to the profit target. So I did not catch this one. I was looking for a little bit more of a conservative entry on it. Again, waiting for our typical bounce and pullback. Now, there was obviously basing up here. And again, if you're looking for news, it did come up and grab that. So there was a short actually higher. We were waiting. Yesterday morning, we were here. I'm like, all right, come on, come back. It was trying. It was fighting. It's like, yeah, come and break. I'd love to get a short in. Well, unfortunately, it went up and it grabbed this upper level before turning and rolling back down. So we were calling for the short, but I can't claim credit for this one. So if you grabbed it from this level, great job. That's kind of what you probably should have done, not the lower level. But we'd originally talked about coming through, breaking through 85, and you can see it blew through the bottom side. So not much we can do. I would say this is probably not another short area. I think this one comes up probably. Again, I don't need this anymore. This is an old level. Let's redraw this one up top here. It anymore. Let's pull that. Let's pull this one here. We do know we're in a racetrack above, so let's put a green one of these above. So we know we got a racetrack above. Look at this poor. It bounced just a little bit. Look, it hit the. Oof, look at this. 23 people are like, yeah, I just got in. All the way down, stopped out. And again, it turned. It went down exactly where it should have been. Right there. So it's. I mean, oil's doing what it's supposed to do. Um, right now, I'd say again, let it chop through. There's nothing really slowing this one down. I'd say look for this one to come back up to the 80.39, 80.38 area. We could get a potential roll off though. When I kind of wanted to come up and base through and then punch higher. I like the long because I like this. Right, I like this right here. So yeah, but yeah, very technical. Look at that. I mean, literally, that's where we talk about. Talked about a break here, running back down, and it literally just and then took off from there. So natural gas. Now we talked about yesterday how we had some consolidation back in again, and then all of a sudden the chop happened. Right? We just started going back and forth. We ended up missing the entry at 236, which again, we missed it by we called for 236.6. It came to 237, right? 237.6. So I missed it by a penny. Okay. I missed it by a penny. Um, and it went back up. Now, it went back up and we just kind of missed this level. This one is this is a very interesting pair right now. Or not pair, but like very interesting asset. 6.64 6.74% is kind of a big move for it, right? Um, I'd be looking for it to turn and roll. I would expect tomorrow to be a more red day for natural gas. Yeah, look, see they're saying right there. U.S. natural gas prices jump over 5%. Um, I would be looking for a red day tomorrow. Do we take the zone at the 786? I just don't love the 786 level. You guys know my opinion on that. I'm not going to keep beating the dead horse, but I don't love it. I would say probably I like this 263 better, right? Um, but it is gonna it legitimately is going to have to fight. There is a zone there. There is a very, very strong bit of movement off of that one. And again, it's tucked right in there with the 78. So you will have people that do like the 78. I'm just not a fan of the 78. I do like this zone. If this was like up here, if this was the top, I'd be all over this one. Um, it's not perfect because I just have this thing with the 786. I do like the top, but again, it is a one candle base with a test and then a strong push off of it. Not as strong as this. I like this formation better, but this one is pretty good too. It's not a bad little level. But I'd be looking for shorts in either of those two. Now, gold. Gold didn't really give us the telltale signs we like, but there was obviously a big gold short in there. And now you're seeing gold go back up again because everybody and their brother's trying to short gold. So again, that's what sends gold higher. That's pretty normal. But you talk about what did the European market do with this one? They just kind of pushed it up and then kind of just held it there. It didn't do much. It was just sideways. So let's remove this one. And again, this is I think there was easier plays. This is not the telltale sign we are looking for. But we mentioned yesterday that we had two little zones up here that had confirmation. So there was your first confirmation. There was your pop. There was your short off of news. And again, we wouldn't expect this to hold in the overnight. Again, here again. Pre-news, no, it's not going to hold. So didn't need that one. But again, there was your short for gold. Um, what? You climb up here and then you drop stuff and then you here. You're gonna totally lose this card, and mommy's gonna be mad. So I think wait for gold to come back up. I like both these levels again. Now with a new push down, the 23.6 you can see is touching that level where this one peaked at 1870.50. There is a little hidden level right above it as well. Again, maybe that's the one we go to now because this one got pushed through. But again, we know we have more news coming in, right? We know that tomorrow we have all the retail sales data coming in. I think wherever, and again, I don't know why it doesn't mark gold for this one, but when I say Wednesday at 8:30, I think right there, I think that's where we're starting to look now, right? Right. There's your European, and this is your go time, right? I like the art. I'm just gonna put yellow, but I don't know if we can see the yellow. Sorry. All right. I can't see that one. I guess I'll change it to. I guess we use blue. Blue is fine. Eh? 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 Um, yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think we'll be able to break through. So I like to see what the Europeans do, and then I look for a short. Silver. It's close. It was close. So we kind of went down, and then again, about 2 hours before we started the rally back up again. What? What is it that you want? Here, you want this? What is this? Here. There you go. Ah, look at that. So easily amused. Yeah, I mean, we're 10 cents from 22. Again, 22 is going to be the big deal. You can see, look how, I mean, it just keeps just going and going and going. Look at this 22. Again, into the news, quick spike up and then immediately drop back down again. Funny enough, the Europeans took that trade early. They took the 22 trade early. I don't know, did they get it all in? They did. Look at that. They got it in, and they were out at 5:30. 1:30 to 5:30. They took that trade early. Hmm. And again, I'll extend it across. You can see it again. They hit it again and then took it again. So looks like they doubled up on this trade. They doubled it there. They doubled it there. So yeah, they took the same trade twice. Same thing for silver. You want to mark off, the 8:30 time frame, right there, and 3 o'clock. Let's see. We can delete this. Push down 2162. Oh, look. We said, hey, listen, buyers are coming in at 2162, right? Coordinates. We're gonna copy that. We're gonna put that there. And how's that for your profit taking? What? What are you doing? Here, take this. There you go. What did Daddy do? Nice little profit there. Yeah. So ideally, I'd like to see this run back up again, up to the 22 range. I'd be good taking this one for a short again tomorrow. I want to see what the Europeans do with it. I think there'll be some movement early on. Let's see the indices. Now, all the indices in the red, or I'm sorry, in the green right now. Yeah, they trapped them. They trapped them. Yeah. So unfortunately, today, guys, it's not really a fair assessment of what. Stop. It's not really a fair assessment of opening print type strategy because retail sales was such a big number. And look at the whips all back and forth again. I will say this: if you look at when this one moved, look, the 9:15 candle was red. We were looking for a green. It did whip down again, and there was no, there was no confirmed zone until all the way down here, which is what we used yesterday. Um, yeah, there's nothing confirmed in there. So again, right now we're kind of sitting in no man's land in the middle. My opinion is these should all be red. They are going to continue to raise interest rates, and I don't think the stock market is respecting what the Fed is going to do as far as raising interest rates. But again, pretty simple. Again, everybody knows it was bad. Oh my God, they're going to raise. That was horrible, right? So everybody started the short, and now they've gotten their short stopped out, and now they're like, "Well, wait a second, maybe we should be going long." Well, it's 10:30. This is where we should start to see it turn and roll back down again. So overall, again, no opening print, not even anything close on this one. Um, Again, retail sales is too big. Yeah, look at this one. Right, they drove it up. They kind of held all the way back down again. Now, well, then get down. Like if you throw it on the floor, then you go get it. Like you can't sit on my lap. Here, get it. I don't know what you want. Oh, you want the lid? We'll get the lid, buds. I'm not stopping you. Um, Again, 9:15. Actually, this one was a hold and then kind of took off. So we're back up to where sellers were. I would say, in my opinion, is this one turns and rolls back down again. NQ is the strongest right now, and you're starting to see it turn and rally back again at 10:30, or rally back to the downside. So I think overall they probably end up red again. I think it's going to depend on comments we've seen or we see today. Oh, let's see. It's coming down. Yeah, it's coming down, which is good. Really, because if it was minus this looks like it went up. Sorry. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Last month it went down, and then this month to me that looks like that went up. Like stop talking about this because on a monthly basis, it all went higher. And again, yeah, it came down 0.1, but it was supposed to come down 0.3. So yeah, just gonna say idiot. Um, Gas prices went down about one from the peak last year. Oh, so now we're talking about last year. Wait, hold on, hold on, hold on. Remember, he said you can't go back because remember all the data out, like all the things out there. Oh, when Trump was in, it was this, and then when Biden did it, like, nah, you can't do it that way. Now he's doing it that way. From their peak last year, it's come. We've been working hard. Okay, sure. Inflation on food at the grocery came down again last month. Okay, sure, if you say so. Um, yeah, we're seeing progress even as unemployment remains at its lowest. And job growth remains resilient. Job growth. Yeah, I guess it's going up. Yeah. All right, sure. So he's absolutely clueless. Sorry, but clueless. Five of food, X food and yeah, X food and energy, right? which is exactly in line with expectations. Yep. On a 1 year rate, it's slowed. Give me the 2 year though. Was a touch higher than expected. Yeah, 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 yeah. But at least it's deflationary. Slower. But yeah, it went up. Okay. Um, 50 year list. Okay. Yeah. Clueless. Clueless. If you like him and I upset you, sorry. Idiot. Yeah, it's working. Well, first off, nothing you did is working, right? And the gas price is only high because of what you did. And it's not coming down. It's going back up, right? It's going back up again. Um, last month minus, this month positive. That means up, not down. Okay. God, I love that. Yeah, so there's that. But again, I would expect this one to tear and roll. This one's already rolling much worse. Look at this. It drove it high again. Negative. Nothing here. You got to wait for it to stabilize. I would say it probably comes back down again. I think, let's see. Yeah, it rolled up to 50. There are probably some people that try to snipe it there. Actually, I'm sure there's people that sniped it there, right? And I say I'm sure. We know people, right? Negative. Again, contrarian trader loves the 50. Took it long off there. Guarantee he took that long. So, and now it's rolling back out again. So hopefully he took all his profit back out again, which he should have. Um, based off his strategy, he should have. But yeah, rolling back down. Right now, let's see. I still like this level lower. Good with that one when we get down there. It doesn't match up with the fib level, but I'm not really concerned about that one. This one did go long. That one turn. Not really. This side, I'm not concerned about this much. So yeah, I like to see a top in this one, but again, obviously not an opening print. Nothing in there to open print two. Um, 9:15, 9:30. I guess this one maybe, but I wasn't. I would say this one had the best opportunity to say, "Hey, listen, we're sitting right there at 9:15. It's red. It should be a green candle, right? That signifies a long. It went long, but it went down a little bit lower first at the open. They're trying to get everybody at the open, so maybe a little bit of trap. Yeah. Russell. Yeah, Russell's super ugly. Yeah, Russell's already halfway down the push, right? Yeah, Russell's from the high to low. Obviously, it came back up, but I mean, I could draw it low to high. It doesn't matter either way. It's already pushed halfway down, and Russell's accelerating. You see, everything's starting to turn red again. ES is about to turn red as well. So yeah, I mean, I think they all go down. They should be. It's justified. Um, so yeah. All right, so that's it for today. Like I said, I mean, this was big news today. Tomorrow will be big as well. Like I said, seeing what the retail sales and what the spenders are doing, but I think it's great. Look at this. It's working. What we have, it's working. No, no. There's still more work to do. Yeah, obviously. But none of this has anything to do with what you've done. Um, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's funny. Gas prices have come down. Is that because OPEC has stabilized prices? Could that be because they stabilized prices? Hmm. But yeah. No, that's my phone. You cannot have my phone. I just got to fix it. All right. Oh, here you go. You love this. All right, let's go ahead and do the drawing. Nope. You're not getting my phone. Here, put it in your shopping cart. Cart. There we go. Here, put this in your shopping cart too. Here. There you go. You got all this stuff in the shopping cart. Yay, buds. Yay, buds. All right. Let's close this down. We know who won yesterday. I'm not going to say any names. Winner of today's drawing is Will. And there was no Will yesterday. Will, you were here, but then you were not here, Will, yesterday. But again, Eki is a bookend, right? Mr. Bookend. Let's give Will his 25 for the day. There we go. All right. Inflation is sticky. That's 11. I was hoping we're going to see more. Hopefully we see more. Was anybody else talking today? Hold on. Oh, at 11. They all coming at 11. 11 and 2. 11. We got 11, 11:30, and 2 o'clock. So we will get the headlines later on today. So we'll see where they talk about. And again, I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing. We need to, it's great, but we need to continue, right? We need to keep moving, right? Got to go in the right direction. Yeah. Otherwise, we have 3 years worth of inflation, 4 years worth of inflation. So, all right. With that said, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining me today. And we'll be back on tomorrow morning. You guys take care. Have a great trading day. And if you need things, shoot me a message on Discord. You guys take care.